what do you do if you're having like a bad body image day? Like how do you get through some of that? Like how do you get through some of those feelings?
I think first things first is just like literally acknowledging that it's happening, right? So it's like, you can be like kind of, it's like for me, it'll be like, I'm getting ready, I'm getting dressed, and I'm just not feeling myself. And that's not to say that my normal experience is like, I'm getting ready and be like, oh, I feel myself. But it's just like I said, you're like, oh, my hair's not the best today. And oh, like I'm wearing the same stuff I normally wear, but it's just not slapping like it normally does, right? I don't want to give that narrative that like you should be looking in the mirror every day and just feel like, yeah, which I mean, hey, maybe you should, like maybe that's the sauce. But it's just kind of the idea for me of being neutral and acknowledging when I'm kind of getting on the spiral bus is, I think, kind of where it's at. So acknowledging, oh, that's weird. Like I'm kind of picking myself apart today. And so I'm pressing pause to being like, what is this actually about? Because it's not about my body, right? Like it literally 100%.
I mean, some of it probably is, but like there's other things going on.
Well, it's like, so like obviously if it was like, yo, you went out drinking, maybe you dined out at a restaurant, you had a lot of Chinese food, like yeah, maybe some days you just wake up and you're like super bloated or super descended or whatever. Then yeah, like sometimes it is actually just like, oh, my body is not in the state that it normally, I'm accustomed to it being. But what I mean by that is like kind of just checking in to be like, yo, like I said, what are we actually stressing over? Is there something that's actually like kind of weighing on me or kind of been living rent free in my head? And like I said, it's 100% just been the stress of like, ooh, okay. You would think that anxiety or something like that would get better as you're like kind of get back into your routine. But like, I think for me personally, knowing that I'm going to like just back up into another surgery, it's not even encouraging like I hoped it would be. I kind of have these feelings of being like, what's even the point? Like I'm in kind of just feeling like the self-defeated thing because it's like, man, how hard am I going to have to work after I get through surgery to get, back to this place that I, personally enjoy kind of living in. And again, like that's not helpful either. But it is helpful to also just have feelings. So it's just all the things of being like, okay, press pause, check in with ourselves. Is there anything else that this is actually more about? Yes, equal parts, my body is changing and it's okay for my body to do that as it should, when the inputs are putting it where it is. But then it's kind of just redirecting my energy in a different way. And like I said, it's like, okay, we're not going to spend all day having a pity party. We're not going to have, spend the day having a bad day. So it's kind of almost like, almost like when you weigh yourself, right? It's like sometimes you also just got to like stop weighing yourself. And so for me right now, where I'm at is like, we've had enough feelings about this. So now it's time to just like move on and redirect our attention. And so I will say, it's like I feeling, a little bit burnout towards work and stuff like that. I've been trying to work less and I've been trying to pull back, which means we've got some boredom going on. And so it's just all the things of like acknowledging it's totally okay to feel this way, but like, let's get busy again. Let's kind of keep ourselves so we don't just have all this spare time to, to do all that. And so it's definitely, we're just in the messy right now. And I do think that it'll get better, but definitely it's like also checking in myself where I'm like, okay, we've been through a lot the past 6 months. We haven't been to therapy. We should probably get back on the therapy bus for a little is also where I've been. So I need to spend a little time to find a good person for that because I actually haven't had a therapist in a minute. My last one wasn't my favorite. So they're getting cut from the team. I want to find somebody new. But it's just it right now I'm just in a place of being like, it's okay to feel all the things you're feeling. But like I said, we're equal parts. All right. We got to keep going like on. Yeah. There's more to life. We gotta get busy. Cause it is, the gym stuff is hard right now. Cause it's like, I'm able to push on some of the leg day stuff. I'm not able to do upper body stuff for another couple weeks. So it's like the gym has also quickly gotten stale of you're like, okay, well, I can only do like a couple movements. Shit, right? So we definitely we have a lot of social media posts that I probably just need to like unpack and be like, hey, if anybody else is struggling with this, I got you. You know, just know that you're not alone. We've been